What's up guys? Today I'm doing something a bit different. I'm in London. I'm going to do a Q&A. So I'm going to answer all of your questions in some of my favourite spots in London. What is my favourite quote? So my favourite quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt. And I'm going to read it out because I'm going to be honest, I'm terrible at reciting things. So it says, you wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realised how seldom they do. And for me that is really true, and it helped me so much get over like feeling embarrassed or feeling really self-conscious when I go to the gym, or even like starting a new school or starting in a new place or going to a new place. I used to feel so self-conscious about how I looked or how I came across, and the truth is like everyone's busy with their own lives, worrying about other things, and yeah, you should just be yourself and just feel relaxed and comfortable in your own skin. We met at uni. Actually, we met in the first week of uni. He says we met in the first few days. We definitely met in the first week of uni. And then we were friends for a good like 3 months. And then we got together in December. On the 13th of the 12th, 2011.
Between the train and the platform.
Yeah, so
this is King's Cross and Pancras.
Oh, I thought I was going to say something. Yeah, so
the next station is Farringdon. This is a Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate.
I need to practice. I need to sharpen up. Yeah, so we met in the first year of uni. We stayed together the whole time, and yeah, it's been 5.5 years. Yeah, it's mad. 5.5 years that we've been together. Pronounce my second name, OCEANE. It's just a French name. And then where I'm from, so I'll start on my dad's side. So my dad's dad, so my granddad, is from Singapore. My dad looks like Asian, but that's like been lost in me. I don't think I look that Asian. Even though that would be really cool. My brother looks a bit more Asian than me. And then my grandma is a little bit Irish and Spanish. And then on my mum's side, my grandma is Polish and my granddad is French. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix. Not actually from England, I was born in England. But yeah, that's where I'm from. Just a mix. Okay, this is really hard for me to explain. I'm a little things person, so I love, like, even just walking here. So wait, so turn the camera. Here, we were just on like a busy road, and now we've just come to this really cute little park where there's like flowers, nature, and also look at this cool door that I just saw in the distance. So I love anything that's like quirky or yeah, like nature, things that are really pretty, maybe the shape of the clouds, or like doorways, or that door is really cool. Like things, I often get told that I notice things that other people would just not see. So yeah, I'm really one for little things, and also just like small little gestures that people do for each other. So like if I do like something nice for even just like opening a door for someone, or if I see that, if I see someone else doing that for someone else, like that makes me feel really happy. So yeah, I always get a lot of joy out of the little things in life. But how cool is that door? It's like, are we allowed to stand on here? I guess so. It's just a random door. It just goes it's really cool. I don't know, maybe I just find this cool and no one else does, but that's what makes me happy, the little things. My favourite book of all time is Shadow of the Wind. I absolutely love it. It's by a Spanish author called Carlos Ruiz Zafón, which I struggle to say, to be honest, but it's incredible. It's so good. There's like mystery, there's like a love story, there's like incredible. Like I'm actually really bad at English because I always used to mess around in class, so I regret that big time. So my way of describing this book is not that great, but it's a really, really good book, and it's a trilogy as well. I don't know if he's written enough. He has written other books, but those ones in that set are so good. But yeah, I do like reading, and actually if you guys have any books that you recommend me reading, because I do like to read, it's just not really my department, so often just follow what someone has recommended for me, then let me know. But yeah, that's my favourite book ever, so far, ever. Yeah. Dog or cat person? Definitely dog, because they're like babies all the time. Cats always grow up and then leave you, and then they have other owners. Definitely dog. One question I get asked really often is who films my videos, or like does the editing? Do I have a team behind this? If I'm in the clip, I either am talking to like a tripod, or Mario is filming. He's not a videographer, he's just naturally talented, he's got an eye for these things. So yeah, it'll be either Mario or tripod. And then if I'm not in the clip and it's an establishing shot or something like that, it's me. And then I do all of the editing and all of like the music finding and stuff like that. So yeah, there's no team behind it, well, apart from me and Mario. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, sometimes the reason I don't get things out on like a really tight schedule all the time is because I'm quite picky about how my videos come out, and I want them to look as best they can, and sometimes the filming takes a bit longer than I wished, so and I want the quality to be as high as possible, so that's why sometimes I don't always have a really strict uploading schedule, but I'm working on it, so just bear with me on that one. Do you regret anything in your life? I guess it depends how you look at life, right? So I guess I could have regretted me having had an eating disorder from the age of 16 to 21, because I'm never going to get those years back, and I spent all of those years worrying so much about how I looked, what I was eating, and I missed out on loads of experiences. I missed out on meeting friends, I missed out on doing things, and like going on holiday with certain friends because I was scared that I wouldn't be able to eat stuff or whatever. And yeah, I guess I could look at it and say that I regret it, but the way I look at life now, like I still don't regret going through that, because it makes me who I am now, and I feel like I can sympathize with people who are going through the same thing, and yeah, it just makes me the person that I am now. And I know what it's like to feel really unhappy, and I also know what it's like to feel really happy and to want to be in a happy position. Whereas if I hadn't have gone through that, then I might not have decided to do something that I love doing. So yeah, I think I personally don't regret anything that I do, because I look at life in a certain way, and when I choose to do something, or when I'm thinking about doing something, I always think, am I going to regret this or something like that? And if I end up doing it, it's usually I'm not going to regret it. So yeah, no, there's not really anything that I regret in life. I'd say that. I'm also launching a startup, and I will let you guys know everything about it, I promise, when it comes soonest to the time. It has been a little while that I've been working on it, but there's so much stuff that goes behind the scenes before anything gets like visual, before you can like show anything for it. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm also making like a training ebook, and because a few of you have asked me about like training and stuff like that, and also like recipes, and all of that will be on my website. So I will let you guys know as soon as it's all up on the website, where you guys can like buy them and stuff like that. You will be the first ones to know, I promise that to you right now. So yeah, I don't just make YouTube videos, I do other things as well. I have had other like jobs in the past to make extra money, but yeah, sorry. I don't just make YouTube videos, I do other stuff as well. I think the best way there's like two ways you can do it. You can either like go up to him very unsubtly and just like start speaking to him, or you can like accidentally bump into them. So for example, if you want to yeah, so like say you really like this, oh no, so you're like working out and then just like ask him, so if he's got like a weight or something, just be like, oh, are you using that? As in like that, so like casually just asking him a question, and then just be like, oh, you train so hard, what do you train for? That's the key question. You have to say, what do you train for? And then once you say that, then they can like he'll like tell you, oh, I'm like not training much or anything, and then that's like your starter. So from that, then be like, oh, that's cool, like what do you do, blah blah blah. I'd say that's like the best way to like start a conversation in the gym. Just be like, what are you training for? Because that's like quite interesting, and then it's either a show, and then just keep asking follow-up questions. And then you can quite quickly gauge like what their character is like. So if he asks you questions back, he's like kind of a little bit like he's more interested, but if he's quite dismissive, then you kind of, I guess you kind of get the message. So yeah, that's how I would do it. I would just be like, ah, are you using this instrument? Or if he's like just walking past, or like he's really suffering and you're right next to him, just be like, wow, you train really hard, what are you training for? Something like that. I don't know if that answers your question, but I feel like that would definitely be like a conversation starter. And I've definitely started conversations with like friends that I now know from the gym. I wasn't like hitting on them, but I definitely like, yeah, so like that was like how I started a conversation with them. And it kind of gets people quite engaged quite early, rather than yes or no answers. Try and get them to actually say something rather than just like yes or no. So yeah. So I guess there is no last time that I feel passionate about something other than fitness, because I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about like business, I'm passionate about like film. I also used to do textiles when I was younger, so I've made like wedding dresses and stuff like that. So whatever work I choose to do, I'm passionate about it, and I always do it to the best of my abilities. So because I just care so much about like the work that I do. So yeah, I guess I'm always passionate about what I do, regardless of what it is. Fitness is something, but it's not like the only thing I'm passionate about. And my biggest fear, sorry, I find it really hard to breathe. And then my biggest fear is just living, taking the easy option and just settling for life. If I'm not pushing myself, if I'm not challenging myself, then I will know that I haven't tried my best. And getting older and realising that too late would kill me. So that's my biggest fear, is growing older and not having achieved what I want for myself. What was your first heartbreak like, and how did you get over it? I think the first person I really liked, I was 18 and I decided to go all the way to Cornwall to see him, and I guess I had built up like what it would be like to be with him, and then as soon, like the first thing he ever said, he picked me up in his car, he was like, what kind of music do you like? And I was like, anything apart from Screamo. And he was like, Screamo is basically all I listen to. And then I think bit by bit, so I still really liked him, and bit by bit I think he was finding out that I was probably like the wrong person, but I was still like trying to hold on to this thing, and then it was so cringe, the whole experience. It basically lasted like 4 days, and then as we'd left, as he was dropping me back, I just said to him in the car, I think I really like you, and he laughed, and he said, oh, I don't think I feel the same way. And then we still had 45 minutes left in the car. It was just really awkward, and then he just dropped me off at Exeter train station, and I was there for like 7 hours because he dropped me off early, and we were supposed to spend the day there. So yeah, that hurt, that was painful, but live and learn. And then literally like 3 months later I met Mario, so I guess it wasn't that bad. And then another question was, oh, so how did I get over it? So I guess just talking to people that like your friends about it, just talking about it always helps, and I think wallow in it a little bit, like do feel sorry for yourself, and like obviously it's a painful thing, but just make sure that you're surrounded by friends and family that love you, and then try to move on and see it as what it is, and that maybe it wasn't supposed to be. When I started my PhD, that's kind of when I started my YouTube, but I wasn't really uploading regularly. Why did I start it? I guess because a lot of my friends kept asking me like, oh, what are these like, how do you work this out, how do you work that out? So I was just like, refer to this video. That's kind of how it started. And then I wanted to be a voice for my younger self, so just everything that I say now I wish I'd known when I was younger, because I feel like I would have worried so much less as a younger person. So that, and then what did my family think, and my friends? Well, I started, so I don't have a huge group of friends. I have a very small group of friends, and we're all really supportive of each other. So I guess they were all like really supportive, and they all really encouraged me to go ahead with it and do what I really wanted to do. My colleagues at work thought it was a bit weird, I guess, because it's not really something they're familiar with. It's not really an outlet, like YouTube isn't really an outlet for them, so I guess it was a bit strange. And then my family again thought it was a bit strange. I guess they didn't really support it that much because they couldn't really see how that could evolve into a job, or how like when was I gonna leave home kind of thing. So yeah, I guess they weren't like, and I think they still think it's quite a weird thing, which is understandable. Like, it's not their generation, we live in completely different times, so it's not really something they kind of understand. I was the first person to go to a uni from my family as well, so all of these things they didn't really understand. So I guess it's kind of natural. But yeah, those closest to me, like Mario and like my closest friends, were always really supportive. And then like I've always been quite good with like making, I guess the people who would have judged me before, I don't really speak to that much anymore, having left uni. So I didn't really receive much criticism from that side of things. I guess when I first started filming though, I did, like, my parents, like, I'm not gonna lie, like my parents did actually used to take the mick out of me. Like, I'd have the camera and they'd be like, ah, hey guys, and take the mick. And when you put in so much work, like I put in a lot of work to make a video and stuff like that, it does kind of hurt a little bit. I know they didn't mean it in like a mean way, but if you do get that, if you do get criticism, and even coming from people who are really close to you, you're gonna get criticism no matter what you do. So as long as you're enjoying what you do and you feel it in your heart that that's what you want to do, then go for it. Don't let anyone stop you, just go for it. How do you deal with stress? You always seem positive and happy. Thank you. I do still get stressed out though, to be fair, but it's nowhere near how I used to, and that's because now I start to prioritize things that are more important than others. So whereas before I used to think like eating 100% clean, going to the gym, going to see my grandma, posting like something back from that I bought on online or something was equally as important, all of those, as doing my exams or like whatever it was. So that used to feel really, really overwhelming, and I think I just felt like I couldn't deal with it, and that really stressed me out. But now that I kind of prioritize things and only focus on like one thing at a time, and everything else is not that important until I've done that big thing, then it's okay, and I feel like I can manage that stress, and I feel less stressed than I used to. So I think that's how I've dealt with stress, is not by making everything a priority, by making one thing, max two, a priority. That helps. But I do still get stressed out sometimes, of course. I'm only human.
No, start again.
Okay, so, and then the...
Start again.
Okay, where did my... Oh. Okay, so it's shadow of the wind. Shadow in the wind. Shadow of the wind. Oh yeah, see, that's just me explaining things badly. Oh, I lost it. Oh yeah, so exams were Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!